Welcome to the Garage Network podcast. Join us and the occasional special guest as we discuss everything automotive, from fixing cars as a technician, owning an automotive workshop or business, overall work-life balance, and even the occasional laugh.
G'day guys, it's Pete on behalf of the Garage Network. I'm joined by Andre from the VACC, or the Victorian Automotive Chamber of Commerce, just to sort of give us a bit of a quick rundown on Motortech. So essentially I was passed to Andre because it's going to be a bit of a live sort of demo on what Motortech is, how it works, and just some of the functions behind it. So Andre, mate, can you tell me a little bit more about it just before we sort of get into the screen share?
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks both for the time and all your members at the Garage Network to this opportunity to explain what Motortech is. So, in simple terms, I describe Motortech as your technical information toolbox. So you've got all these different drawers in there, and which we'll go through, be they the VACC drawers, the Tech Online, Tech Talk, our Tech Advisory Service, amongst others, and then we've got all the Haynes Publishing Group's info as well. So that's the Haynes manuals that we've all grown up on, and then we go into the Haynes Pro Workshop data set. So just like a toolbox, you're going to be getting information out of different drawers, and sometimes you get the tools out of different drawers to go do that, remove that head or do that diagnostic work, whatever it is. And then we've also got that ability where subscribers can actually call the Tech Advisory Service, and that in simple terms is staffed by a team of technicians who've now become librarians, basically.
Yep.
And which they stand in front of a library of 40-odd thousand workshop manuals and other resources, and you call, they'll go into the library, physically find that out of a book, copy it, and email it through to you. So consider them as the fifth wheel of your workshop as well at times. So really, really handy. But we'll go through that as well.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, information is key moving forward now with our industry. So, I mean, I've used only probably some of what Motortech has to offer. So I'm really, really keen to sort of see a little bit more. So I'll pass to you, and maybe we can do a bit of a screen share.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'll do, I'm just going to come in and we'll just share the screen now. So this is the Motortech home screen. Once we've logged in, and we'll go back to the outside the public page shortly. But as I described, here we have our drawers of the Motortech toolbox. We can come in here. So Tech Online is VACC's own online product. Just waiting for it to open up. So in here, we can come in and we can choose a particular vehicle. I think standard, so a Holden, Commodore, and then what it does here is it lists obviously all the different series that we have for the Commodores, and we can choose one. But as you can see here down here on the left hand side is all the different chapters we have for articles on a Commodore, and then on the right here is the number of articles we have in each of those chapters. So if I just as an example, I'm just going to click on a VE. So we've got 5 articles on the auto trans, engine management. There's 6, but and right through your programming and relearning, which is all the relearns for Windows and remote keys and all that sort of stuff in there. Drive belts, service resets, and also engine oil life resets. If that's applicable to that vehicle or whatever. Our service schedules, and we'll come through this as well. And then there's also Tech Talk, which is our magazine that is renowned throughout Australia. It's a 16-page glossy magazine. It's got a whole range of information from maybe new technologies coming along, say hybrids and hydrogen fuels and things like that, through to testing and repair procedures and all that. So a lot of info. And as we can see through there, the rest of the articles. But as an example, let's click on engine management. Just a 3.6 V6 in here. So what it's got here when it loads up, tune-up procedures in simple terms is, might be idle speed, some basic information, fuel pressures, If it's got a throttle motor relearn, it tells us step by step through there. Fault code access, obviously, scan tool. But if it was an older vehicle where we could flash those codes out, it'd have that procedure there. Fault code table, the code, and these are all got the hyperlink to that actual testing of what that code is. So the description and possible faults in here as well.
When you're talking testing, Andre, we're talking the guided component testing that we're talking about. Fantastic.
Yeah. So there's a couple of different ways which we'll get into as well. Then we have we clicked on one of those hyperlinks on the testing there. So now we've got step by step on each of those codes. So if we had P0008 or 9, and we're talking about a cam and crankshaft signal correlation. So we can go in here and it'll give us some basic explanations of it, into it. And then we've also got here other hyperlinks into the Tech Talk articles. So we'll come through that shortly. Pin data, obviously we need to know, what terminal, what its color, what it does, voltage or our resistance, whatever we might be getting on that particular wire. And then we've got our diagrams here as well. So depending on the vehicle, component locations or under bonnet locations. Okay, we know when we look at a wiring diagram, we want to know we've got our ECU plug layouts and then various components in there as well with all the pin numbers in there. So we can use that in conjunction with our wiring diagram that we'll pull up here. And this information has been done in-house with VACC through what we call our research department. And so the wiring diagrams, now depending on the car as well, it might branch off to some auto trans control in it, maybe climate control, might be to cruise control. It just depends on if it's a PCM controlled alternator, it'll have the wiring in there as well. So this is one part of that Motortech toolbox.
Yeah, right.
Now, when we come back to here, so auto trans, braking control, engine management, all work along the same format. Same with SRS, but just to show you, so service schedules, we can pick on that and just to go through here. And once again, a little bit of model information in there, what our service schedules are, and then the actual service schedule in here.
Right, and these service schedules are correlate with the dealer service schedules. That's fantastic.
All based on OE information. As I was saying, we have, and then we can go through. Tech data is all our lube and tune based information.
Yep.
Torques, clearances, fluids, capacities, that type of thing. The stuff that we need to use on a day-to-day basis. Vehicle ID, if you're looking for the VIN numbers, engine numbers, transmission IDs, all that in there as well. So
now we did. There was a question that I did have about some of the TSBs that might be available and maybe where you could find them. So for those people that don't know what a TSB is, Technical Service Bulletin, and they're generally released by the dealer. And then I'm assuming we can find some of those on this program as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's housed in the Haynes Pro component, which we'll get into. So a lot of information in here as well. So that's basically what Tech Online is, and I'll come back to Tech Talk a little bit later. But then we also have our VACC's Times Guide, once again industry renowned for our time. So we can go in here, pick our makes and models, and I won't go delve too far into this, but it's our Times Guide, to help us and all that. Tech Estimate, so that pulls information from our service schedules, our tech data, and then also Times Guide in there, and builds it together. So it's an estimating tool. So you can put in there, if you're doing the service, you're doing various repairs and all that, so you can build a quote for the customer. So got that.